today, good girl, we're going to work on her stay. Stay is something you want to gradually build up to. You can't expect too much too soon or too fast, or you frustrate your dog and you get yourself frustrated. So you want to do it in small increments. And we're going to start, since she's in a down, with a down stay. With a down stay, what you want to do, look at me, is say stay and just hold it right here first. So you want to kind of build a duration of time. Stay. Notice I'm not saying stay, stay, stay. You do that, it kind of makes the dog anxious. Your energy is going into the dog, and a lot of times they break their stay because you're saying it over and over. So you just need to say stay and hold it. Yes, good girl. Okay, come here. You can get up. And again, we want to make sure to release her. Now, she's choosing not to get up, but if she wanted to, she could. Come here, baby. What are you doing? A lot of times I work with her in the mornings, and she's been playing with the other dogs before she comes down here, so she's a little tired, which helps her to stay focused, but also sometimes she's like, yeah, I'll just kind of lay here and be fine with that. Ready? Come here. Come here, girl. Come here. Come on, then, silly. Just get up. Up, 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 up. Come on. Get that treat. Get that treat. Good girl. Gotta motivate her to get up and get moving. All right. Come here, babe. All right, Dilly, you ready? Sit. Stay. Okay, now again, technically she went to a down. She's still staying, so you have to kind of pick and choose your battles. Do you want to consider that a stay, or do you want to put her back up into a sit and make her stay in the sit? Totally up to you. If you do decide to put her back up, you just kind of take that treat and lower her back into a sit. However, right now she's kind of on her hip, which means she's comfortable. And so it's a little bit harder to pop up into a sit when you're relaxed onto a hip like that. So I'm not going to worry about it right now because, you know, she's in beginning stages of training, but technically in a more advanced stage, when you ask for a sit, if she goes to a down, you would correct that. So again, we talked about duration of time that she has to stay. So a lot of times I'll count up to like 30. If they have a good stay and they can make it to 30, excellent. Some dogs have no impulse control and they just go for it. She has really good impulse control, so that helps and she doesn't get up. Good girl. Now I want to start putting distance in. So duration, distance, and distraction are your three components to a stay. With distance, some dogs just going like this is enough to break their stay. With her, it's not a big deal. Stay. So I'm going to back up a little bit. And you might only be able to go 2 or 3 feet and she'll break the stay. But with her, you can get pretty good distance. And then I'm going to come back to her. Yes, good girl. Good girl. And then release her from her stay. She's not going to get up because she's comfortable. But when you're putting that distance in and then you come back to her, what you're doing is you're releasing her after she gets her reward. If you call her to you with that stay, she will likely think that you're rewarding the come, not the stay. So that can be a little bit confusing. The other thing is, if you're trying to tell your dog, you stay, you don't budge, then it's better to come back to them and go ahead and reward them. There's another command called wait, where you put your dog in a wait. It's very casual. Stay there, hold on a sec, okay, come to me. And that's a little bit different than a stay, because a stay is an absolute, you don't budge. Okay, come here, baby. Right, sit. Good girl. Stay. Now, I'm also going to turn, That's okay, I thought she was going to get up and walk. I'm going to turn my back to her because when we turn our back to a dog, they oftentimes think that means they can get up and they don't have to stay. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Yeah. Good job. Okay, come here. Come here. Is there a toy? You want a toy? Would that be helpful? Does that make you excited? Look, how about this? You can also use toys to motivate a dog rather than just treats all the time. Come here. You want it? Get it. Get it. All right, come here. Bring it here. Bring it here. Good girl. So retrieving is a whole nother lesson, and we'll get to that. But let's go back to that stay. Come here. Sit. Stay. Now, once you've put the duration of time in and some distance in, you're going to start adding distractions. So for instance, she likes this little rope toy. So if I throw it, but I've said stay, she should not get up. But I'm going to do it real small first because I want to set her up for success. Stay. Yes, good girl. Okay, go get the rope. With the rope. Get it. Now she doesn't want it. If there was a stuffed toy, she'd probably want that more, right? Yeah. But you're adding in distractions very small and then kind of building up. So now you can get it. For example, I will sometimes, clap my hands, stomp my feet, and a dog will break their stay. She's really good at it, so she doesn't really break it just from that. A toy is actually more likely how she's going to break it. But the other thing you can do with the stay is put her in a stay, open a door, do dishes, make noises, drop something, drop food. Can she stay? I'm going to take the rope away now. Sorry, baby. You might get it back. All right, stay. So I'm going to drop a treat on the floor, and we'll see if that is a distraction that makes her get up. Stay. I'm giving her a reminder, stay. Yes, good girl. And she's been practicing this, so she's pretty good at it. Stay. Again, if I turn my back to her, make a noise. Stay. Yes, good girl. Now, one thing with Tilly is that she tends to bark a little bit when she hears a noise. So when practicing stay upstairs, it's a little bit different because let's say the doorbell rings. She's not going to be able to stay. She's going to jump up because she thinks she has to bark and warn everybody somebody's there. But you can start off by having somebody just knock on the door and kind of desensitize her to it and then stay, and have her hold it. And we'll do that a little bit later upstairs so you can see how that looks. But the stay, every dog is different. Some of them break for the littlest things, and some it takes a lot to break the stay. And it also depends on the mood that they're in, of course. And outside it's much harder. But she actually does pretty good outside with it too. Now the other thing is, if I were to change elevation or walk around her, stay. Step over top of her. Stay. All of those are considered distractions. Yes, good girl. Stay. So if I come over here and I sit down, that can be enough of a distraction to make a dog get up. Good girl. Yes. That was very good. Good girl. She just likes staying there and having me bring treats to her, I think. So that's how stay works. We're also going to today work on place. Place is a very valuable tool. Get the cot out here. And place is used to basically get your dog to stay in a particular spot while you're trying to do something like answer the door, do the dishes, make dinner, whatever it may be. But the nice thing about place is it can go with you anywhere you go. So you go to the beach, you take it with you, and your dog knows I'm supposed to stay on that place. You can also use a yoga mat like this. I like the cot because it's a little bit bigger and more spacious. But to teach her place, come here, baby. I know you're curious what's back there. Tilly, come. Put in place. If they're apprehensive of getting on the cot at first, I throw a treat on it. You gotta go on it. Here. Come here, baby. Come on, Tilly. Some dogs won't go on it. Place. So you gotta introduce her to it and into the word place. Come on. So I'm luring her on, trying to get her to step up on it. Place. Come on, you can get it. We've got several treats on there for her. Place. Up, up, up. Come on. Come on. Just treats. Put your foot up. No, don't put your foot up. Place. Come on. Place. You're silly. You don't like the cot? Not all dogs will do it. But we can use instead the yoga mat. I know you don't like that. That's okay. I'll just put it over here. All right. So instead, place. Yes, good girl. And see how she automatically sat down? I didn't even have to say for her to do it. So place, you're giving her a visual parameter she has to stay on. That means if a paw even goes off of place, you want to correct that. You want to make sure she's on it all the way. So she truly understands she's not supposed to go past that perimeter. Stay. And then you practice your stays just like we did before, but on place. Stay. And I'm, in this case, going to actually kind of go out of sight for a minute. Yes, good girl. And then, again, just like the stay, you release her from her place. Come here. Get it. Come on. Up, 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 up. You can get off. Get the treat. That's a girl. She's funny about that. Most dogs are like off in a second. And she's just like, yeah, I'll just kind of hang. And again, we're going to get her on to place. Come here. Come here. Tilly, come. Come. Come on. Tilly, come. No. She likes the mat. Come here. Down. That's a girl. Now stay. Now in this case, her tail is off the mat, but I'm not concerned about her tail. It's more her paws and stuff. Good girl. And then same thing with stay. You know, add in the distractions. Yes, good girl. What's in there? Yes. Good girl. Okay. Off. Off. Come on. Off. Come on. Get your treat. What, you not hungry? She really likes that mat. You'll have to get a mat at home. All right. So that's how place works. I mean, it's the same basic concept as stay, but you're just giving a very specific area that you want her to go to. I can put my dogs in place for 20 minutes while I do the dishes, which is very helpful. They're not getting in my way or getting in the dishwasher or whatever. But building their endurance takes time. Do a little bit at a time, and she's pretty good at it, but you know, if there was the right distraction, she would probably be up in a minute. So that is her stay in place. A little later today, we're going to work on leave it. So that'll be the next thing.